Good day, my name is Mark Malore. I'm an attorney here in Riverside, California. Got a number of clients in Loma Linda that are facing financial difficulties. I thought it helpful to put together a quick short video on some of the distinctions between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcies to assist them in making that decision for themselves. So what are some of the distinctions aside from the difference in numbers? Well, what is the first difference between a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13? The first difference is the time frame in which the discharge of debt comes from the bankruptcy court. With a Chapter 7, debt can be discharged within 90 to 120 days typically, whereas a Chapter 13 takes approximately 3 to 5 years to discharge the debt fully by the creditors. So that's the first distinction. The second distinction is in terms of repayment or the amount of debt to be removed. With a Chapter 7, 100% of the debt to the creditors is discharged within that 90 to 120 day window, whereas at Chapter 13, you're repaying a portion of that debt back to the creditors within the 3 to 5 year period. And you may ask yourself, well, why would anyone choose a Chapter 13 over a Chapter 7 if they've got to repay the debt in some portion and it takes 3 to 5 years to do? That doesn't make any sense. Well, you may not have a choice in the matter because of the new bankruptcy rules that Congress passed several years ago. You're relegated to making that determination based on your annual income. Whether you're married or singular, you have to look at your annual household income, the dependents and deductions you can take from that income, and then once you arrive at that amount, you have to look at that versus the California statutory median income that's provided for statutorily. If your income falls above that California statutory median income, then you're relegated to being required to file a Chapter 13 in order to file bankruptcy and repaying a portion of that debt to your creditors. If it falls below the statutory median income, you have the Chapter 7 bankruptcy available to you and you can take advantage of that. And finally, with that being said, I want to go over one last thing with you, and that's the process of lien stripping. Got a number of clients in the Inland Empire. Properties are underwater, values down 50% over the last 4 years nationwide, especially here in California. And so what do we do? There's a process called lien stripping where you can remove the second from your property or strip it away, giving yourself an immediate injection of equity back into the property. How do we do that? Well, the first consideration is that the property must be valued under the value of the first encumbering the home. If the value of your property is below the value of your first, then you have the lien stripping process available to you if you file a Chapter 13. You've got to repay your creditors over the 3 to 5 year period. You've got to make your house payments during that time. But if you do, then after the discharge comes within the 3 to 5 years, the court will order the second stripped from your home, which is an immediate injection of equity back into your home. And if you have a sizable second, then you can strip that second from the home and get that equity injection, and you may be at par base value with the home so that you're riding the equity train over the next few years as opposed to trying to gain some of that back that we lost over the last 4 years. So those are some of the things to consider. If you have any other questions or concerns that you're worried about, feel free to give my office a call and set up an appointment. We'd be happy to speak with you.